Here today. If you couldn't tell by what I have on, I actually don't know if this movie's going to have Deadpool or not, but we're going to go out on a limb and assume he is important to this somehow, some way, because we are talking about the official trailer for Avengers Doomsday. I want to make this a lively discussion. This isn't going to be me rambling on. I'm going to give my quick thoughts, and then depending on if anybody's in here, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts, some fan theories. I'll try to share mine as well. We'll try to keep this to about maybe 30, 40 minutes, relatively lean, unless I just get a bunch of people asking me questions. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started talking about this trailer. I really enjoy the trailer. I've watched it multiple times. I've tried to really get every line of dialogue so I can properly say what I'm kind of gather my thoughts and then properly convey them to you guys'. But I did watch the trailer probably at least 6, 7 times by now, not gonna lie. It is overall a really good trailer in terms of what I think you want out of this movie. It's really fun to see the interactions between the X-Men, the Avengers, the Wakandans, the Fantastic Four, all of these various teams. It is so much fun to see them all kind of come together in this big crescendo, this Avengers movie, this epic crossover event that looks to be the biggest entry yet. So all of that is cool, and that's something that the trailer sells you on really well. I actually really also enjoy the speech Thor gives, like throughout the trailer. Basically, he's calling them the underdogs. He's like, "Hey, I've fought with people that are a lot stronger, better than you, and we've lost to far worse than what you're about to face." And I really like that just that alone raises the stakes exponentially, and that it seems like they're really playing on these newer Avengers like Shang-Chi, like the X-Men, like Shuri, etc. They're really playing on the aspect that, yeah, these are kind of the underdogs. Like, these are not, Captain America, like Chris Evans Captain America, RDJ's Iron Man, et cetera, et cetera. So that all is really, it just raises the stakes. It gives you like this underdog story, or at least that seems like what it's going for with these Avengers. So that's really cool. But I will say two things left me pretty underwhelmed with this trailer. And again, look, it didn't lower my anticipation level for this movie whatsoever. I'm still deliriously excited for this. I'm still going to be there day one. And also, before I get to that, I do also have to mention too, RDJ is Doctor Doom. Really cool. Love seeing him as usual. RDJ, I guess we don't actually see him, but you see what I'm getting at. Just having him back in the MCU alone is cool enough. But he's playing Doctor Doom. As you guys know, I've been pretty hesitant on the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doctor Doom. However, I will go ahead and say this about what little bit we see of Doctor Doom. He looks like he's going to do a really great job. I mean, it seems like his accent, it seemed a little like he was honing it in, but it also didn't seem too off-putting. I really dug the voice for the most part. The costume design looks really great. I kind of wish the green popped a little more, but at the same time, oh hey, Zero Volt Tyler, what's up, dude? Glad you're here. Yeah, so I really overall think the look of Doctor Doom is great, but the two things that kind of did bug me about this trailer, and again, like I said, still deliriously excited for this movie, but the things that kind of put me off a little bit. Hey, what's up, Amy Koch? I hope I'm saying that name right. Glad you're here, my friend. But yeah, two things that are really. What's up, Miguel? Glad to see you, man. But yeah, two things about this trailer that kind of threw me off. One, I feel like the CGI looked a little wonky, and I'm not gonna discredit the trailer too much for that, and that's only because this movie still has like 5 months to go. They're still doing post production. Is Cook? Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here, Amy Cook. Glad you're here. Yeah. So the CGI just looked a little wonky, like that scene with Namor flying. The face just looked very CG. Stuff like that just kind of took me out of the trailer, those special effects shots. So that was a little off putting, but again, I'm not going to hold it against the movie. I'm sure it's going to look much better when it's actually released. They still got plenty of time to work on that. The biggest thing I had with this trailer, and again, I understand it's a teaser trailer, but I really wanted some sort of hook in terms of the actual story. Like, you guys know what I mean? Like, I just really wanted I wanted some idea of what the actual story is going to be, if that makes sense. I was hoping we'd get something, and they did give us a poster. It's like Doctor Doom looking at this mural or whatever, and you can tell it's like a wife and looks like a son, daughter. He has a child nonetheless, so we'll say wife and daughter for sake of argument. So it looks like maybe the theory's about him losing them due to an incursion, and he's trying to really kind of be the hero almost and save the timeline by destroying the main 616 universe. It looks like that's the direction they went, but what little we get of the actual story is from that poster and not the actual trailer itself. And again, we're gonna have more trailers. I'm sure the story will be great. I think the I don't know how to speak English here. This is Brazil. Norway is trash. Oh, I got you. No worries, man. But yeah, so excuse me, guys. But yeah, I think those were my two biggest things was the CGI as well as I just wanted a little bit of a hook for a story. But again, both of these is not anything in terms of the hey, what's up, Emily? Glad you're here. Both of these have nothing to do with the actual quality of the film itself. It doesn't, again, like I said, none of this makes me less excited for it. And another thing I'll give this trailer credit for, there's not a single joke that I've caught in all six or seven of these viewings of the trailer I've gotten. I mean, it seems like they're really going hardcore. The colors look muted, maybe a little more muted than I'd like, but it looks like they're really going for like the grit of this movie. And that's something that we don't get a lot in the MCU, especially with, mainstream Marvel movies. So just that alone definitely has me interested. And then obviously, just to finish it off here, I got to talk about the return of the GOAT himself, Steve Rogers, Captain America. Really awesome to see him back. I love the scene where Thor's holding Mjolnir and he goes, "Hey," and you hear the voiceover, and Chris Evans goes, "Hey, pal," and he's like, "Impossible." So he brings Mjolnir over. I guess I saw somebody joke about Thor needing two-factor authentication to verify that that was Chris Evans, which was actually really funny. But yeah, so he grabs Mjolnir, and I mean, that was such a great moment. It's great to see Chris Evans back as Captain America. Great to see the gang back together as a whole. So all of that was really awesome to see. So yeah, overall, really enjoyable trailer. Definitely can see why some people love this trailer. For me, I was just hoping for a little bit more. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm still deliriously excited about this. So I kind of just want to leave it up. I only got one person in the watching this live at the moment, so I'll just go ahead and share some predictions and fan theories for what I think Avengers Doomsday is going to entail. And then if we get more people, I would love to start hearing some fan theories as well from you guys and what you think the direction is that they're going to take with this movie. So I think a big thing right out of the gate, I've heard some things about this movie. I'm not some Hollywood insider or anything like that, but just from people online, reputable sources that I go to, social media, whatever, that have been right in the past about a lot of this stuff. They actually have said that this could very well be an Avengers versus X-Men movie in disguise. Now, when they say that, I don't necessarily think that means that, a month before release, or even better, they do what they did at the end of Thunderbolts and change the name to the New Avengers. Like, I don't think it'll be like that, but I do think I've heard a pretty convincing theory that the X-Men universe is going to be cooked, and so the Avengers are going to come up, try to save this world. They're not going to trust them, and so it could start this fight between Avengers and X-Men. So I think it'll be a small part of the movie, but I could potentially see that being the case. Also, and this is a pretty popular theory I've started to hear about, Captain America might actually be Captain Hydra in this movie, which would be really neat if that's the case. So, like, I guess from what I'm understanding here is that Captain Hydra is, he's tricking them and he's actually working for Doctor Doom, which would honestly be really cool. Give it a lot of emotional weight in terms of, like the story that's being told. Um, yeah, so overall, I mean, I think those would probably be like my two biggest theories right now. I would also go so far as to say that I personally think, and this was a little tricky, I think and I think I've heard somebody else maybe say this too, like as their theory. So I hope I'm not stealing from anyone that I know directly. I'm not trying to. I want to give credit where credit's due. But I think I did hear this from someone else, but it makes sense. I think you're going to see Robert Downey Jr.'s face, which apparently, from what I've heard, we may not see RDJ's face in Doomsday. We may see it revealed in Secret Wars. And he's going to be, it's going to be like him almost mishmashing his face, whatever you're gonna call it, like basically using something that people know, like Tony Stark, Iron Man. He's using that as a way to trick them, basically, and I kind of wonder if that leads into some other theories that I've heard of recently, where perhaps I don't know, does he pretend to be the Iron Man, and at the end he's revealed to be the Doctor Doom that they're chasing. I mean, there's so many ways that could go. It really is anybody's guess. I hope they don't just do he's a Tony Stark variant. I mean, the Russo brothers haven't let me down yet, so maybe they'll find a way to make it really neat. But Doctor Doom is, depending on who you ask, and I wouldn't necessarily say they're wrong in this, Doctor Doom might be the best character in Marvel, period, or best villain in Marvel. I'll say that. But I have no qualms with people saying that. I think it really could go back and forth between like Magneto and Doctor Doom for like the best villain in Marvel. So I really would hate for them to kind of pull the rug out from underneath this. I feel a little cheated if that was going to be the Doctor Doom that they use, is just a Tony Stark variant. But again, I don't think that's going to be the case, and I am very interested to see whether it's in this movie or in Secret Wars how and if RDJ playing this character has any significance. So I got two people on here right now. Just out of curiosity, does anybody have any theories that they want to share at the moment? I'll leave this up for a little bit. This may end up being a shorter live stream, which is, it's okay. Let's see. Any theories? Don't see any at the moment. Yeah, for the two people that are watching this live stream at the moment, I guess just or I guess hey, it just bumped to three. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know who that yeah, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see what Rem just posted. Yeah, I just want to say he's referring to certain things that have come to light, and I don't talk politics or anything on this channel. It's not what I do. I'm just going to say, I hear you, man. I wish there was something we could do about that. I hate that it happens. It is definitely a disturbing thought. I agree with you. I'd rather not talk about it on this channel just because I try to keep this an upbeat, an upbeat channel, something that we can all come to and just talk about movies, pop culture, whatever. But yeah, I wish if there was something we could do about it, you know, I I'd be right there with you, man. I do, and I hope one day justice is served. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, just I guess we only got one person in there now, so I guess for the one person watching at the moment, any theories you have regarding Avengers Doomsday, or where do you kind of see maybe we could even talk about the rebooted universe? Like, where do you guys feel like the rebooted canon is going to look like once? Because I think it's pretty much a given at this point. At the end of Secret Wars, it's going to be a soft reboot of the MCU. So I'd love to hear some of your thoughts. Like, I think in terms of the rebooted universe, I actually have a pretty interesting theory that I think they're going to go to the Earth. I believe it's Earth 828, the Fantastic Four main universe. And honestly, that would be really cool because one of the things that I loved about the Fantastic Four movie, the MCU one at least, it was so cool because it actually incorporated a lot of the Jack Kirby-isms, the visual imagery of like the 60s comics, the kind of retro futuristic world that kind of reminds you of like Tomorrowland. So I would love to see a Marvel universe grow and thrive in a world that feels so fully Jack Kirby, Stanley, like, having Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, having Avengers Tower, but it's in this kind of Tomorrowland-esque world. I think that would be super dope if that's where they rebooted it at. But, either way, I'm just happy that we'll eventually get another Iron Man, another Captain America, and we'll be able to see, the two smartest minds, Reed Richards and Iron Man, interact with each other. Because, that was obviously quite the crime, you could say, is when the Marvel Universe first started, and for like the entire duration that you had RDJ as Iron Man or Chris Evans as Captain America, they weren't able to interact with the X-Men or Fantastic Four. We didn't get to see great minds like Reed and Tony collab or clash with each other, however they would take that. So that's something I'm really looking forward to seeing in this new rebooted universe. Let's see. I got one person on there, so I'm going to go ahead. If no one has anything to say, I'm going to go ahead and just wrap this up early, and you guys can chat in the comments or, just leave a like, share, whatever. Just let me know, basically, any theories you have or where you see the Marvel Cinematic Universe heading, both in these next couple films, Doomsday and Secret Wars, along with where do you think they go in their new rebooted universe that'll probably be like 2028 or later. I got two people, so I'll give you guys one more chance. Do we have anything additional that I maybe just missed? We do not. Alrighty, so yeah, thank you to those of you that were watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I know this was a much shorter live stream, but I just can't justify rattling on about absolutely nothing for, you know, 10, 20, 30 minutes. So it's all good. I don't expect a lot of people to join these live streams, but I really do want to start getting them more consistently. And I kind of mentioned this last time too. I would really love to get to a point where it's more maybe like a movie, like watch an older movie. I really want to talk about I really thought about doing a movie like live stream discussion of Raging Bull, but I feel like right now I just saw that movie and I really enjoyed it. Like it's kind of like, I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it, but it's basically one of those movies that takes the formula of a genre and completely inverts it. So, for example, like with Rocky, you've got this underdog story, and a lot of other sport movies follow the same formula as well. You've got this underdog rises to the top, and then with Raging Bull, it's about a guy who starts out at the top, and then you just see, and typically it's directed by Martin Scorsese. You guys know how he does his films. He has a tendency to show somebody at the top, and then just throughout the film, just one bad decision after the other. So it's a really great movie. I would have loved to discuss it. Only thing really keeping me back from doing those kind of reviews or those kind of live streams is I'm automatically limiting a lot of my audience. So for example, if I usually average like maybe anywhere from 8 to 20 people that watch a live stream, more or less. If those 8 to 20 people haven't seen Raging Bull, then I'm just kind of wasting my time and I'm not going to get any people. But once maybe I grow more subscribers and there's more of a diverse range of people watching my content, then I can start branching out and doing stuff like that. But yeah, all that to say, one way or the other, I would definitely love to do a different kind of live streams, at least maybe do one a week. That's what I try to aim for as is. I thought about incorporating some deeper analysis into the Odyssey, but I might save that for next week because I think I'm going to try and go see the Odyssey a second time Sunday. And if you guys haven't watched the Odyssey, it's arguably one of the greatest films ever made, in my opinion at least. But Christopher Nolan is my favorite movie director, so I know I'm a little biased, but like I also try to go into this stuff with an open mind. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it, and definitely go watch it in IMAX. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Enough rambling for me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Hope for those of you that are watching, you enjoyed the content today. And again, just let me know in the comments down below your thoughts, theories, whatever. And yeah, we look forward to catching y'all later.